on our program. I'm about to call the panel. We're about to talk about cash without hustle. Cash without hustle. So, safety and simplicity for township entrepreneurs. They are going to make life easy for us. Matata here and there. The panel that I'm about to call right now, this panel is going to be facilitated by Bulelani Balabala. Right now, I'm about to call Zweli Mahlangu, commercial leader from HelloPay, and Busisiwe, Buyeye, key account manager from Flash. Ke kopa le ba betile matsoho ba sa tla mo staging. You may take a seat. As we wait for Bulelani to come and facilitate our program right now, I believe it's on, yes, it's only the two of you. No, the third one is going to be Bulelani, who's going to be helping you guys. Yes. Are you comfortable? Are you okay? Yeah, we're good. Okay. No, be comfortable, be okay. You got this. I know you do. We are waiting for Bulelani Balabala to come on stage right now. As I was saying, I believe we learn one or two things from heart. Because you know when you see NetBank, you see money. And I believe the advice that he gave you guys, you definitely gonna use it and take it with you. You know when someone with experience speak about something that you relate to, it's easy for you to take it home because he speaks about something that he's got experience about it. So we all here to learn and to make money and make more money. So someone from the bank, when you speak about money, you listen to understand and you listen to take things with you for your business. While he's still walking to the stage. Yes, 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 yes. There we go. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the panel that stands between you and lunch. Yeah. That also equally highlights the importance of this particular panel, but I think for me, I'm particularly happy and fascinated in unpacking this panel because I think one of the key pillars, there were three key pillars: digitizing your marketing, digitizing your payments, and digitizing your processes. And I think that's what we seek to unpack with the stakeholders that we have on the platform today so that you can make a variable, clear decision when you're selecting which payment provider to utilize. But I think just by way of ask, may I please just ask each of our panelists to do one singular thing as we open up, just for 2 minutes. Tell us who you are, what do you do as a way of introduction, and then we'll segue into the questions that we have prepared.
Hello, the name is Zweli Mahlangu. I'm a commercial leader for HelloPay. I've been with the business for a couple of months now, but my background is highly retail and FMCG. So I've always had a passion for the township market, and I guess this is how I end up here.
Sanbonani. My name is Busisiwe Buyeye. I'm a senior key account manager at Flash. I've been with Flash for donkey years, many, many years. I have quite an extensive experience in the informal market as well as formal. My role within Flash, I look after key strategic partners within the business, and I'll talk about more of that as we have our conversation. And yeah, and I believe I'm still an entrepreneur at heart when Bulelani. I remember 2015, starting my own business. I was listening to your stories there, like...
What business was it, out of curiosity?
Yeah, we were doing marketing. So
yeah,
There's a lady here, I think, what they do is they digitalize everything, they digitalize businesses and they market them on Facebook or Instagram and da, da, da. I even went as far as wanting to go into printing as well, because, I mean, if you see an opportunity, you think you can do it, right? Yeah, so I give you guys props for standing out and being entrepreneurs and pursuing your businesses, because we're sitting here, and not that there's anything wrong with corporate. It builds that experience for you as well as it gives you exposure. But for you to be bold enough to choose entrepreneurship, it's not easy. I think Nyenze for 1 year, and I was like, right. Because of the challenges of not having money or not having the proper guidance in terms of where you need to go and how to start and where you get funding, you know? But anyway, yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Sorry.
Sure. Yeah, I think the very curious me wants to ask more questions around that particular journey, but yeah, Zobuya. But I think for me, before we get into the mechanics of the conversation, it's just also to get just a little bit, and I think it's not on the initial questions that we had, but why are you passionate about either this market or the work that you do?
Within Flash?
The work that you do within Flash. I think for me it's two-pronged.
Yeah.
You've been in this space, as you say, for as long as you have. I think primarily now, the markets that you're serving is this amazing market in the township, which is digitizing these township traders.
Yeah.
Which part of that journey has stayed out for you as an inspirational journey that drives you to wake up in the morning? Is it interacting with the guys? Is it giving them a device? Is it connecting them? Is it demystifying misconceptions? And what has the journey been like?
I think for me, obviously, I live by our company. Like this. I'm not used to using mics, guys. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
So
I think
I must do this.
No, but I think just mangasondezo umpopo kancane. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I think for me personally, within Flash, our biggest goal is to make people's lives easier. And if I can take you through the journey within Flash, I started as a sales activator. So what Flash does essentially is we provide vending machines that allows informal traders or formal to be able to sell airtime, data, electricity, one voucher, do bill payments, and obviously bring those commodities to the communities. It's easy. We have gone and done things like cashless solutions, supplier payments. I can list all products that we have. But for me, within the business, as I've grown, so I started as a sales activator, putting the same devices with my friend, like, hi, do you know Flash? And providing them devices, and how that brings the community together, because when you are providing essential services within your community, you know that you're saving someone a taxi to go pay a bill, wherever. And I've grown within the business. I mean, now I'm a key account manager. I look after strategic business partners within Flash. And having watched it transform from being just a provider that just sells airtime, data, and electricity, to being able to provide even large corporates digital payment solutions, that for me is just big, yeah.
Look, there's two things primarily when I took this job. They told me that we are looking for somebody that understands the township. And I said, I'm the man. I do know the township. And then why I know the township and why I'm passionate about the township, I started off at South African breweries. I was a sales rep at the time in the townships of Pretoria, Soshanguve. There was a lady, I'll never forget her. She was one of my best customers, Merali Hoho. She told me, my son, if you don't take care of my business, my son will never be a doctor. 4-room, simple tavern, as you know it, been awarded a 20,000 rand credit by South African breweries, not as literate as 80% of the people in this room. She just understands profit to be commission. All she knows is that if she can buy 10 cases of this and 5 of that and 5 of that. Monday, she will have her 2,000 rands. And all she wanted from me was that before I place my order, you must be here and make sure that I place the same quantities, because if I don't, I'm going to lose sales over the weekend. They'll go down the road. And once they go down the road, I will not be able to pay for my son. He's at Medunsa. He needs to be a doctor. Right there and there, she's been my friend even today. Even when the son was graduating, I was there. So those are the real stories that our people are experiencing. Today they can write on the media about it and say it's 185 billion rands, it's 500 billion, 500 billion. They value it, but they don't know the intrinsic value of it. They put numbers on it, but they don't understand the essence of it. So that's why I'm really passionate about doing business like this. I was at a quarter festival as well in Soweto. So my boss calls me, what are you doing there? Don't you have a team that's under you? He said, because he's wired to think that I am not supposed to be, but I relate to these people. I am not bringing a sale or a transactional value to them, but I'm building a relationship with them and offering a service that will last them throughout their journey as customers. The lady came, she presented. She's imparting knowledge. The people here, you've got different experts that are in business. They do different types of businesses. But there's certain expertise that lies with other people, that lies with me, that lies with you, that lies with Bulelani, that we need to impart with them, whether we like it or not. It's somebody opened the door for me, and they left it open, and I walked through it. So we've got to do that in turn. I hope it answers your question. Say, I'm terrible with the microphone. I'll never stop talking.
No, you definitely, oh, sorry. No, man, you definitely answered me, I think, with that, because I think for me, it's, it speaks to the why and what is the key driver. I think what's, in your personal view, I mean, has there been a story where you connected someone, I think, in that sort of a manner or any other manner that stood out for you? Because I can imagine the amounts of people you've interacted with from inception, and you've been there for donkey years.
Yeah. No, listening to his story actually just takes me back to one of my favorite customers, and I think we're still friends as well. It's a Pakistani guy. His name is Bobby. I remember walking into his small shop, right, and all he did was cell phone repairs, nothing else, foreign, He did not have any other products to bring in feet into his business, right? So when I walked in, I obviously told him, Bobby, we Flash, we have these services that you can then extend to your customers who are coming to repair their cell phones. Not only now they'll be able to repair, but they can be able to buy airtime, data, and electricity and whatever, right? And then over and above that, so there's another product, Flash, where you are able to become a top-up point, right? So Bobby capitalized on the customers that he had, and he was very good at marketing, especially word of mouth, and however else he was running his marketing. But anyway, Bobby managed to turn the small profit gains that he had using the Flash device that we provided him to becoming a top-up point where other traders can come to him to top up their devices. Bobby, I think, turns over $1 million through our services, selling VAS, being a top-up point, facilitating these cashless payments, because how he's positioned, Usebara. And all these other small vendors that are selling in the taxi rank, wherever, within the vicinity, they then come to him. So we've built that relationship, no Bobby, and he has trusted me and Flash as a brand to be able to grow his business in that aspect. And Bobby, now we've managed to give him safes, we brand his store, we do all sorts of amazing things. And in any time when Bobby needs a solution, he comes to us because he trusts us. And I think for me, it was just that relationship building, meeting that Pakistani guy that is just fixing phones, and it ended up actually making more money for him, And I've got many of other ones that I can tell you about that are like Bobby, and we end up just being friends like that, yeah.
I mean, it's quite interesting. I think it's quite interesting, because I'm sitting here, and I think as we're talking, I'm remembering that I used to be a Flash client at some point when I ran an internet cafe. But I was a Flash client, a Yoko client, an Ikoka client, a NetBank, yes, I'm a NetBank client, and many others, because you're trying to find these complementary things. And I think for me, the big thing that I've always appreciated is that when you utilize a device, it's not seldom that maybe using it because it's going to bring you the income, but it's going to bring you feet. Is that your experience as well with your customers? And then I guess I'll ricochet the question back to you as well. Is that what you're also then picking up from the guys, that the device is not just drawn the people in, but out of those feet we're actually able to sell alternate solutions?
Yeah, and that's the thing when you start speaking about the economy shifting, right? When you're a business person and you realize that the economy is shifting, the economy is becoming digital. For instance, if you say in 2025, I do not accept cash card payments, 70% of the people that are coming to your store, they do have bank accounts. Then how then do you then leverage off those people and make sales? And research has come back in the retail space that 40% of the clients that walk into a store, they don't find what they are looking for, are most likely not going to come back.
Buffett, singayithengisi ayikho. You know, because ayikho sometimes, you know, you go to a place, and this has got nothing to do with this conversation, and I'm cutting you, but I'm just, let's, you know, have the products, stock enough, restock your business, but don't sell ayikho, because you're literally doing what Zweli is saying now. You're teaching the customer that we are unreliable. And then tomorrow, siyamangala, when they don't come back, you know. The fact that sometimes there are mitigating factors that stop certain things, but really, if you know, you could have stocked more and you didn't, it creates a big frustration for the customer. Bulala tina guatina. Finish off, sir.
Yeah. So, and consumers are becoming sharper, consumers are becoming more alert, and they know things. I mean, 1999, who would have thought that we'll buy McDonald's in Davidton through a drive-through? Would we have thought that you'll go walk through a McDonald's and actually buy a burger in McDonald's? You needed to get to Lakesfield. You needed to get to those places. So the evolving of business is coming to us as the people, and as it comes, we need to be ready for it as well. This is why I say, ma'am, and you can correct me if I'm not right with the figures, they said when they went and did the research again, they said that when you've got sales, 70% of that in the township will come through cash, but 80% is coming through cards now. So if you do a business of 10,000 rands, for instance, a month of sales, Bulelani, 7,000 of that is cash, 3,000 is through cards. So if you don't have that service, that portal, you've missed 3,000 rands worth of sales. I hope it answers you.
No, it does. And I think I've got a question, but please answer. We can add your part to this initial question, and then I've got one I'd like to just throw in there.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, maybe let me ask this particular question as well. In the conversation of digitizing your business, how have you found the bringing people along, especially from the educative perspective? Because sometimes you're going to a merchant, you're trying to give them a device, I don't know what this thing is, and there are charges, and then maybe there's a setup fee, there's whatever. How have you guys been able to weave and navigate that journey so that even the person who might have never been introduced to is now their adoption and their openness to want to participate is better?
Yeah. So I think what Flash has done excellently and through evolving over the years is that we not only have a solar device, which works like E3310, literally like menu, airtime, 10 rand, you know. What we've done is we've developed an app where it is very familiar, you're able to use your phone, you vend the same services on the phone, right? So what we then did clever, we took the same app and we just transferred it into a device. And the device then, it has also functionalities of card acquiring, which is not foreign to majority of people because they might have bank accounts, right? So what then Flash did is that they replicated the same app into the device, which the trader is familiar with. We obviously have our field teams that ensure that they continuously train people and upskill them, or our traders rather, on how to use our services and products. but it's continuously, obviously, giving people empowerment and uplifting them and educating our traders, especially. We pride ourselves with our informal traders in the market. We look after them, we train them, we upskill them, we give them everything that they need. And with the products, every launch that we've always had, we make sure that we train them. Yeah.
Zweli, I think one of the things that has come up, I think in my interaction with some of, I think the merchants, has been sometimes a frustration around the reconciliation. You know, at the end of the day, once they've made transactions, and I think also most importantly, really just on the back of that is the support that they then get post receiving the device. How do you guys work around that? And then please could you also just add your thoughts to that same question that I asked the last two. Take from the floor, we have lunch, then we're back here for an hour and a half, we wrap up.
No problem. The sales cycle, guys, it's a very intricate thing. I've been in sales all my life, and there's what we call a lifetime journey of a customer, and it's very critical. Somebody spoke here about, I think she's a lady, she was selling policy, funeral policy. She spoke, I was sitting there listening to her. They are dropping off, and then to me at the back of my mind, I said, but is she really targeting the right people? Are these people that really need the policy to start with? Because if it's people that really need the device and they understand why they need the device, it's got to be two-way street, because companies have invested, like you said, ma'am. They've invested in field sales agencies, they've invested in call center facilities, they've invested in WhatsApp channels where they even offer callback solutions where people need to go. And I mean, right now, I'm working at Hello Pay. I'm working for a solution where I can find an African lady at the call center that can speak all official languages in South Africa, because we've got an issue that we are so educated, we leave people behind. We are so educated, we leave people behind. So now we are working on finding a lady that can interpret even the foreign languages, the Congolese, Zambian, because they are here, they are part and parcel of us now, so that people are not left behind, because people do need the service, people need the help, and people want to understand how things work. So the most important thing is having a relationship. I was with my team yesterday. I said, guys, I cannot know your customers better than you. There is no ways, because you need to be there as a first point of contact. You need to understand where they are in the journey. If they drop, you must pick it up from their reports, start with, but this person used to transact or swipe 5,000 rands. This month they've done 2,000. What could be the issue? You pick up a call, you find that she tells you, I have an issue with my PIN. I have forgotten my PIN. So that is why relationship management is very, very, very critical. So, and these are business people, they know. You're not a nuisance when you're going back and asking them, are you fine here? Are you still okay? Do you need more help or what? They know, because they do the same thing to their clients, being business people.
Just to write off on that point, Busisiwe, when she said they're running a funeral parlor and people are not paying their policies or they eventually fall off. And then you asked the question, Guti, what causes that? And immediately as I was sitting there, I was just thinking, Guti, what payment mechanics are they using or exposed to as a business, right? And it just then brought back Flash, because then within our business, we've got a product called Flash Pay, where it makes it easy for the businesses like funeral parlors to integrate into Flash, so that one can then go pay their policy ispaza shop instead of doing a debit order, or instead of taking a taxi to go to a PEP or whatever mall that is closest to them. So those are the products that Flash has developed, very smart and clever, using the ecosystem that we've already built in the informal market. And not only Flash Pay, there's a one voucher. I don't know if you guys are familiar with one voucher. It's a 60-digit PIN. Essentially, it's a digital cash that you have on hand. So you would buy a voucher from Ispaza shop, and that voucher you're able to use it within different platforms online, or you can use to pay for funeral parlors. Yeah.
Is it a physical voucher?
It's a slip.
Oh, it's a slip.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that voucher has a 16-digit PIN. Let's say if Funeral Palayabo had a portal or a site where I'm able to access and I can see what cover I have, what benefits I have, like the stuff that you were talking about, Suguti, they can extend it to, right now, Gunama airtime that they offer, other than just Iberial, right? They offer airtime, they offer groceries, they offer all sorts of things in that thing, right? So how one voucher would play into that space is that one voucher, it's redeemable online, on any channel. You can use it, go take a lot, you can use it in my funeral parlor like that, right? So I can give you an easy customer journey. Well, I don't know what the funeral parlor is. Okay, let's say
That one is Imagamo.
Imagamo,
Yeah,
right?
funeral cover that covers
so
Benoni.
Imagamo has a portal where I can log in as a customer, right? To pay my policies. I come to East Plaza Saga Bulelani. Bulelani sell me one voucher. I then go to my portal, I log in, and then go to option lapayana to load the voucher. So they will have a wallet on the portal, right? Lapo, it then gets deducted for them to pay for their funeral services or whatever it is, and then they can be able to use those other additional benefits, be it airtime or groceries. What is nice, again, about one voucher is it's redeemable in the likes of Abo Boxer. So I can get a voucher and then buy it, right, and give it to Bulelani, and you can use the same voucher to go buy groceries at box instead of using cash. So there's many various products that Flash has developed to digitalize cash and make it easy while utilizing the ecosystem that we've built within our informal market. I mean, we're sitting with 210,000 traders in the market, and you can understand, Uti. And I'm going to talk to the businesses, like Uti, they can be able to also partner with Uflash. If someone has a marketplace, like Usis, you're taking Simpahla online, how are they paying for those clothes? Does she rely on just physical cash of someone buying clothes from her? Or she can come to Flash and say, actually, I want people to be able to still access my products or clothes or whatever it is. Then as a payment mechanics, they can use one voucher. Abayting is Plaza Shop. They don't even have to use a bank account, and it doesn't really cost much. So those are the things that they can think of. I can mention many others, yeah.
And then I think for me, my last one, and I want to just take advantage of the fact that I'm sitting here with two individuals that have been in the sales space for many, 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 many years. Business in itself, there is no businesses, there is no sales. We're talking about these devices. The devices are paying from solely meant to enable us to sell. But in your personal journey, what is that one sales advice or that one thing to avoid in sales? That one thing that will help you build, or one or two things in your personal view that you've navigated that you'd like to share. And then I'll just get two questions from the floor. Say, Vala, we eat Zweli, and then same question to you, and then we go to the floor.
Yeah, one person used to say to me that you get born to be a salesperson. It requires a lot of things, Bulelani, because in you, I think sales, if there's anything that is parallel to entrepreneurship, is sales. Sales requires a lot from you as an individual, because it's got this schizophrenia where you are going to meet 15 people, different characters, and you need to blend with all of them. From 9 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock in the morning, different kind of people, and you still need to stand your composure and stand your ground and be the same man and drive home. And people are going to be like that. And the most critical thing that you need to keep in mind as an entrepreneur that is sales-driven is that you need them more than they need you. You keep your ego in check. Keep your ego in check. Guys, humility is the new currency. Humility is the new currency. If you are humble enough to listen to people, people are willing to go the journey with you. Nobody's going to come and buy to somebody who's very boastful, not in this comparative market, so to speak. So you've got to start spending time understanding the type of people you are selling to. You need to start being respectful to the people that you are selling to. Respectful. There's a lady that spoke about fashion, and she says, I have not been able to identify my target market. Then she mentioned your pants and say, the pants like this. And I thought to myself, said, maybe she needs to go and spend time with women. Maybe she needs to gather a hall like this and call women and understand women and say, what do you prefer? Because we are so quickly as salespeople to feed things into people, not understanding what is it that people need. Because once you understand what people need, then you can come and offer a solution, because I believe sales is like that. If I and then, it's a two-way street. So it's got to work like that, and it requires a character that's resilient as well. Bulelani, you need to be very resilient in sales, because they are going to say no, given. They're going to say no, I'm not interested, I've seen better, you're just a fly-by-night, you are wasting my time, I've tried these things. It's always like that. But you've got to think it like that. Imagine if somebody had said to the Wright brothers, you were telling me you are going to Zanzibar. If somebody had said to the Wright brothers, you are crazy, nothing as big as this can fly up in the air, and they listened. So in sales, you've got to be driven. You've got to be driven by that which drives you, and you listen. You listen to that, and you've got to have a plan. Wake up in the morning with the plan and say, this is who I'm going to see, this is how much I'm going to look for, and this is how I'm going to do it. And if they say no, I'm going to go and understand why they said no. Because in understanding why they said no, guys, this is where you realize, oh, maybe she's not my target market. Maybe this product is not for them. And I think that's what has kept me in this field. But you've got to ask questions. You've got to be, Bulelani, how much I struggle to track you down. But I found you, sir.
Yeah, I know it was months. Tolagala. But
Yeah.
in your thoughts on this, and then we'll just get 2 questions from the floor. We'll break out for lunch, come back, continue, close it off.
Okay. Just to add on everything that he said, because it's exactly the same experience, but I'll tell you from my own personal experience. I mean, from selling a device myself to an informal trader to being a key account manager, I think the biggest thing for me, or have always won, I maintain key relationships and relationship building. You need to be able to have or establish that trust within your clients. Someone, if they trust you, it is more likely that they'll come back to you and they'll do business with you, When you provide them that support, when you show them that you're not there just for your own interest as a service provider, but you actually are keen on making sure that they are growing and that they are looked after and that there's more value for them, You always need to prove those things to whoever that you're interacting with. I think for me, the biggest thing was relationship building, support, and literally going that mile and knowing that someone, I've got your back. I have you. Like, I'm building this business with you. Yeah, so for me, sales is an after thing, I think. If you're able to establish a relationship and walk with that person, then you've won them. They're most likely to do business with you until...
Yeah, and I think, Bafetu, what we can pick up from this as we close all is relationships. It's not the other way around where you talk for 96% of the time and then you're selling for 96% of the time, but don't listen. It's listen deeper, I think just in wrapping this particular panel, and then I'll give you guys the last 60 seconds, is there any questions from the floor? Just 2 questions. I've got a gentleman there. Oh, hey, that table, oh my goodness. Let's please give them a mic. The gentleman in the white sweater. Yeah,
Hi again, Zweli Lengobo. Once again, just introduce myself earlier on. So my question is about the charges, especially go Flash.
Mara usitshelanga ukuthi uchuna.
Oh, I did introduce myself earlier on. Oh, I'm
Earlier
into,
on.
yes.
Oh, bengekho. Okay,
Sorry,
sorry.
sorry. I'm into-
Mara ngifuna ukwazi.
Okay, I'm into catering space and I run a restaurant. Okwamanje ngenza ama pre-orders and I also do
Mpayisani so?
street food, kota, wings, Russian chip rolls, and other stuff that I do myself at home.
Do you have a food truck?
At the moment, no, I do my food stalls using gazebos and the tables. Food truck, I'm still planning to buy one,
Okay.
hopefully soon.
Okay.
So the question is, how charges when you use the services here Flash? So the reason why I'm asking, I'm noticing a location and now it's getting to those formal businesses. We get charges, let's say we take it 100 rand, they charge 10 rand extra. We take it 200, it's 20 rand extra. We take it airtime, there's a 1 rand extra. And go my tuck shop, your general dealer's tuck shop, sickness dollar, so when you buy, a cashback, because if we normally do a cashback, location, they also charge you 10 rand. If I'm for cashback 100 rand, they charge you 10 rand. Mang buy a cash, let's say I'm buying a can of Coke, maybe 12 rand. But then mang swipe, it's gonna be 15 rand instead of like the actual 12 rand. So the curiosity me before I can buy into eFlash, what drives those spaza shops, so those shops by increasing the normal price when they are using eFlash, whether they cashback or swiping or whatsoever, what drives by increasing the price on that note? Thank you.
Cool. So, first of all, they're not allowed to overcharge, right? Because on the device, they're earning profit already from it. For every transaction, Mounting is airtime. I'm going to put numbers, I'm going to throw them out, they're not specific ones, right? Let's say you're selling airtime and then we give you like a 6% com. Then when you agree to 5 bob, 50 cents on top of the 6% that we're giving you. So essentially they're just making money for themselves. And when it comes to card payments, there is a certain fee that we pay, obviously the bank, but then they extend it to the customer because they get charged bona for all those card transactions. They earn a certain percentage, but for specifically card transactions, they get charged like a 2.5. So they don't want to carry the cost. You must remember they're giving you the convenience for you to be able to do cash out right there, a store, a spaza, instead of you going to an ATM or a ShopRite or a Pick and Pay. So they're finding a way to cover for those charges for themselves. But as a business of Flash, we're not charging anything. Consumers are not supposed to even pay anything extra for gas, for DSTV, or even those card transactions. It's just traders making a decision themselves to cover up for the cost that they pay. But they're still earning commission. Yeah.
And
It's
then
not, but we can't control it, so we can't regulate it. It's in an informal space. So you buy a device, we tell you as Flash that this is a device and you're earning 1, 2, 3 for all these products and we're charging you for card acquiring so much. Ukuthi wenzani nabo? Da. Ngiyabonga uyangirecord, ufuna ukuyifaka on record. But yeah, honestly, it's not allowed. We don't promote and we don't condone that, but we know it's a behavior and it's just for the traders to make an extra buck.
Yeah, and it's not only in Flash, just to add on what you said. You see it even with a simple product like Coca-Cola. The can is written there, 13 rands. You walk in, they give it to you at 16 rands. So it's a behavioral issue, like she said. It's greed. It's a behavioral issue. No, Flash will never, or Hello Pay or anybody in the fintech space will go there and say you charge consumers extra for you to make money. We've got ways where they are compensated, and some of them have agreed to those ways, but the animal with 2 legs and money, my brother, you know them. The animal with 2 legs and money. So the greed is taking the better of them.
and noma ubabuza ukuthi why bakucharge ngoba bathi wena uhlakaniphile kakhulu. and we are pop. Let's give the mic to the lady. The lady. The lady, yeah? Thanks, my lady.
Sanbonan, Ikamalam Ngutatu Masemula. I am the founder and managing director at Buyeye Meat Empire. We supply chicken feet, bomautwana, mala, ahuhu, the gizzards and everything else to the ladies who sell mokolokshin, kodi koning, kadi baguette. My question is, my dad did buy the flesh thing in it, then it got lost. So I used to think it's just for airtime and DSTV. So normally my customers, because I know most of them, they get like SASA payments, others, whatever hustles they do, then they would come to order in bulk orders. So I want to know how can I work with Flash, since you mentioned your friend, what do you sell phones? Because I didn't think one can use that, because I thought it's just for airtime and just paying DSTV.
You can do a lot with Flash, and if you want the device, it's like I said, it has evolved from just being vending for VAS, like the airtime, data, and electricity. You're right by mentioning SASA grant payouts. So essentially, what Flash does when Bulelani is it just makes it easy for the community to get everything all at once at a doorstep away, right? So other than the SASA grants, the one vouchers, the airtime and the data, you must then decide where now for your business what you want Flash to do for you. There's many things. You mentioned in Une, you sell to other ladies, Abomautuan and whatnot, but what do you want to do with the device? The device extends the services that people need in the community, but where now, what do you want from it? You can get a lot of things, but I just don't understand for your business particularly, what do you need it for? There's many basket of goods in one physical device which can bring you feed, and you can be able to provide other services other than saying you see airtime and data and whatnot for you. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to get at. Yeah. But I'm happy to have a conversation with you. If you want to explore more of the other products that Flash can help you as a business, cool.
Thank you. I think any parting shots or parting words, and I think I'd definitely recommend, guys, while we're eating, please just chat to them, chat to the NetBank guys, chat to the various vendors outside. Just find out what it can enable you to do. Because you might find that there might be other complementary things that you can bring into your business. Parting words, then we break out for lunch, then, yeah. That's me again.
There's a hand there. I see a hand before we part.
A hand?
Yeah. Wait. It's been there. That hand has been there.
It's a legacy hand. I want to know my Zoom, my Teams.
There, you see it.
Please give the lady the mic at the back. Mupi. Mupi, so that we I need to make a show because it says you're pagama pelezing. Yeah?
Sanbonan, igama lami uNena, and umbuzo wami umayelana ne-business plan. So as a student, bengifuna ukwazi ukuthi if ngifuna ukupursue a business after ukufunda, how do I go about it? Like, do I qualify for a business loan, even though I have no working experience or any source of income? Do I apply or do I qualify for a business loan?
Yeah, the question is valid and the question makes sense, but I think we are not the target. There's a gentleman sitting there.
Bengifuna ukubuza yena, but
Yeah.
azange azabe ne-chance for ama-question.
Engage him as we are doing lunch now. Find him, talk to him. I think he's here for that. He'll be able to help.
Let's
It's a
answer.
valid
I think
question.
let's answer your question.
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to take it, sir? Let's, as satisfy. Because that's why we are here. Most
Right.
importantly.
So when we talk about loan, we're talking about credit. And in order to get credit, you need to qualify for credit. So if you are running your business, and I'll give an example, you're selling tomatoes or bananas or you're doing spatlos, you've got an income. If your income goes into a registered bank account, that shows that you've got a track record of income. Then you need to have a clear credit record for any credit provider to consider you for credit. So you must show income, which is the ability to repay. You must also show affordability, meaning the budget we spoke about. They will do what they call an income expense calculator to see whether you have the money to repay it. So as a new business, you cannot really get a loan, but you can pursue other agencies which do give grants. Because a loan comes with the ability to repay and a proven record. So it's more like a trust relationship. You know, I'm here, maybe you're seeing me for the first time. If I come up to you and say, give me 200 rand, you don't know me. And I cannot prove to you that I can repay to you. So a loan comes with repayment. Loan and grant are two different things. Okay, just a short version of the answer, but you can always visit our desk outside.
And then just as a big one to everyone, when we do come back from lunch, we're going to do something very practical, but also for us, you came here for the session, but there are probably other questions that you have that are not related to the theme topic. Don't hold back. So we're going to have every one of these panelists and facilitators on here, and let's have a dialogue. Because for me, if you were here, let's make it meaningful. What is it, that thing? And I think, I like a question better, yosibuze noma yini. So that we keep a lenta ngaphakathi kwakho mawuzomunye ubuze okunye ukhumbuze okunye ubuze. So that we have that full time to just chat. So that ungahambi la kanti usazibuza okunye eshazi ngisesenale nkinga lesa spaza shop uma standi uthi ngithini. This then becomes a space ukuthi by the time we leave uhambe empty. Parting words, sir, before we eat lunch?
Yeah, just to add on that and echo your sentiments, sikhula bogogo bathi ingane engakhali ifele embelekweni. So that's, I think that's about it, Bulelani, from my end. And there's a lot of information that 1 hour will not be able to compress. There's so much, guys, that we, from our background, that we can offer the township market. There's so many things that we do. Speaking about business loans, we do also offer that from where I come from. We watch how much you've been transacting. For instance, if you've been transacting 5,000 for 3 months, we come back to you, and 5,000 is just me making up numbers, guys. We come back to you and we say, man, you are consistent in your transaction, and we are sure that your business is turning up this amounts of revenue. Can we offer you a loan to grow your business? Somebody spoke about a plumbing service here. I think it's the gentleman there. Can we buy you equipment? Can we do this, and then you will pay it up over this time? And this is sort of like an unsecured type of a loan, but because we've seen your business, you've built traction, we've got that. So we're not only selling devices where we come from, it's an ecosystem. It's an ecosystem. There's many other things that we do offer. And the lady was asking me, so we've got a Hello Pesa bank account for people that want to send money across the borders. We've got Malaysia for people that want to send stock across the border. Whatever, there's a lot of meat that sits here. It's just that, unfortunately, we are given that 1 hour to be able to speak.
Ms. Buyeye?
Yeah, no, it goes the same for me. I mean, like you all of a sudden, long bubble, like I said, happy to have one-on-one conversations to find out, Uguti, how would you see Flash working for you? There's many solutions that I can't unpack in a short space of time. But what I can tell you is if Flash is an easy way to start up your business, or if you have an existing one already, it's just that add-on tool to have, you know, and very important to Bulelani. I think this was even preached a long time ago, in 2015 it was, when I was at AUJ starting this entrepreneurship, we were always told to digitalize everything, whether it's your marketing, whether it's your payments, or whatever it is. So I think you guys are in the right space. You should be able to take in everything that you guys have been told, equip yourself with knowledge and training. And Flash is not accessible. People tend to think, I'm a corporate and as a small business, I can't then go and integrate it to Flash. Like I was thinking particularly for that funeral parlor thing, because it's businesses that would love to work with. There's many other things. I'm a Stockfell for businesses. There are wallets for Stockfells to do that. There's many, many solutions. So it is for you to get that knowledge and be equipped. And what Bulelani is doing for you guys is amazing, because Banipa information to then take out and build your businesses, you know. Just always pick up your hand and find out, be curious. As an entrepreneur, listening to someone that gives me information on how I can build and grow my business, you know. So kudos to you. Keep it up. Join. Next sessions, I'll be there. Yeah?
We love that. Let's give them a big round of applause. Photographer, stand by. So do you want to take a picture, a photo? Yeah, no, maybe do it, okay. I don't like it. I'd say the picture looks awkward because of his... It's the lady. One more.